It's the end of week 7. My dog is running into the room and making lots of noise. Go sit, Anna. It is the end of week 7, and I did watch 7 games. So let's talk about them. The Bills played the Titans, which some of you may have watched on live stream with me, which was really fun. Thank you for coming. It was another one of those games where it looked like we couldn't get our shit together in the beginning, and then we pulled it together and we blew them out in the end. So who knows when that's gonna happen? That's the joy of being a Bills fan. It's just all over the place. But we did have Amari Cooper for the first time. Looked like it might be a bust on that first drop pass, but then he pulled it out. Keon got Rookie of the Week, which was really cool.
I can't tell which one I like more, the ambiance or the decor. I still don't know, so I can't never give you an answer, cuz.
Defense was defensing. They did what they needed to do, which is basically what they do every week. It's nothing super fancy, but it pays the rent. Chiefs Niners, a lot of people watched that video, especially compared to the Bills video. Nobody watched the Bills video. You know, once again, the Chiefs looked like a team that could not totally get it together on offense, but they got it together just enough against a team that also really could not get it together on offense. And the defense just got tired super early. Like, they were playing hard at first and then went womp womp. Not my favorite game of the season, not my favorite gameplay. Kind of disappointing as far as Super Bowl rematches go. Got up early and, well, it wasn't early, it's 9 o'clock, but for a Sunday morning to get up and watch Patriots Jaguars, that's getting up early. Drake May did not do too badly. I was actually kind of impressed. I think it bodes well for him going forward. Yeah, but they lost. The Jags won. Go Jags. I fucking hate the Jags. But they pulled it out. It was not an impressive game, but it was it wasn't a bad game because they were evenly matched. Two kind of not great teams playing against each other is a decent couple hours of football. It was not an absolute misery like I thought it was going to be. Broncos Saints, that was miserable. That was not impressive. That was not good football. Bo Nix is Bo Nixon out there throwing to people who don't exist. That seems to be his thing. Was wide open. Spencer Rattler, I thought acquitted himself well enough that I was surprised he got pulled for that Jake Haener kid at the very end because, he was fine. He wasn't good. He was about as good as Bo Nix. Just because Bo Nix won didn't mean that Spencer Rattler was getting horribly outplayed by the first round pick. Another kind of boring game that I watched, Ravens-Bucks. When the most interesting thing about a game is the injuries that happen in a game, that's not a particularly interesting game. And I think what I'm learning is I understand the Ravens' success more than I used to. They've been playing up to their reputation as of late, but I don't find them particularly interesting to watch. Which is funny because I actually kind of like watching the Steelers, who have a very similar sort of pound the rock style of play. I watched that game, Jets-Steelers, so I could root for the Steelers, which is not a thing I do a lot. I have to sometimes for logistical reasons, like I want them to win over the Jets. I don't love that they have as good a record as they do. That makes me kind of uncomfortable, especially with Najee Harris playing balls out the way that he did. Najee is about to get hit by a hefty fine.
Zest tonight, bro.
Oh, shit. Shout out my
naysayer.
Oh, shout out my...
I'm interested to see how that plays out. Russell Wilson ended up playing decently. I think the decline of Russell Wilson, I feel like might be a little bit overstated. I think the Broncos were just not the right team for him. Do I think the Steelers the right team for him? Probably not. Do I think he should probably retire? Yeah. But, I was very down on the idea of replacing Justin Fields because I thought Justin Fields been playing great or fine, well enough, doesn't need to get benched. But Russell Wilson also played fine. It was fine. And the Jets kept Jetson, which always makes my day. And the last game that I went and watched the next day, was Lions-Vikings. I am so glad I watched that game. That game was a real palate cleanser. It was just balls to the wall, football on both sides. Justin Jefferson, how is he real? I don't understand. The catches he makes, he just his hand goes up and he grabs and then balls are caught, and I don't know, he makes it look so effortless. It's incredible. I'm hearing people talk about the Vikings maybe looking into trading for Matthew Stafford. Sam Darnold's doing pretty darn good. I don't see any need to change what they're doing. Yeah, the Lions won, but the Lions are also fucking amazing. So it's not like, oh no, our experiment with Sam Darnold has gone horribly awry. No, those were two incredibly evenly matched, fantastic teams. It was really fun to watch. I liked that game quite a bit. Jared Goff, we need to be talking about Jared Goff in this MVP conversation. He's had almost no incompletions in many games. I saw when he gets blitzed, he gets the ball out so fast. I've never seen anything like it. You cannot blitz that guy. That's quite a skill. Josh does not have that skill. Josh has that he gets blitzed and he starts scrambling around, which is another skill. But blitz is coming, there's my guy. I got him. Just throw a dot. It's crazy. So thumbs up to Jared Goff and the Lions. They're doing great. Even managed to pull it off without Hutchinson. I was a little worried about that, but they did great. It has been suggested to me that I should also do predictions in this video or in a separate video, but I don't have a lot of days free, so let's do it all in one video. Let's do predictions for week 8. Tonight is another Vikings game that I will be watching. It's Vikings-Rams. I think we probably are all on the same page about how this game is gonna go. Unless you're a Rams fan, which is respectable. They have not been able to pull it together this season, and I don't think that the Vikings game is where they're going to pull it together. Bills game in about a month and a half. That might be where they pull it together. I might be at that game, so hopefully I will be taking my kids to the Bills-Rams game. I have family in Los Angeles, but I don't think they're going to win against the Vikings. The Bills are playing the Seahawks. That might be tricky. The Seahawks are really unpredictable. Sometimes they play great, sometimes they do not. We can hope, well, I can hope, that this week they do not. I believe in these guys. I'm excited to see what Amari Cooper does in week 2. I will not be doing a live stream of Chiefs Raiders because they're playing at the same time as the Bills Seahawks. So instead, for those of you who are members or who are interested in becoming members, I do usually do live streams for my mega fans of Chiefs games. Since I'm not doing that this week, instead on Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, I will be watching the 13 seconds divisional game because I've never actually watched that game in its entirety. So you can all watch me suffer through it years after the fact. I mean, I was following along with the game at the time. I just wasn't watching it. I didn't have the ability to watch it until I started scrambling around at the very end of the game to find like an illegal stream so I could watch it because I heard it was crazy. But yeah, full game Saturday night live stream mega fans. That's the $4.99 membership level. I hate plugging this shit. Anyway, Chiefs are going to beat the Raiders. They're going to continue to be undefeated. And I hate it, but come on. Who is the Raiders quarterback this week even? Didn't Aiden O'Connell get an ingrown toenail or something? I don't understand what's going on over there. Packers, Jaguars. The Packers will take this one in a walk. The Packers are doing great. Jaguars are not. I'm not going to go against conventional wisdom here. I don't think the Jaguars are going to do any funny stuff to somehow beat the Packers. Packers over Jags. Cardinals, Dolphins. I'm not sure. Is Tua coming back this week? If Tua is coming back this week, maybe the Dolphins will pull this out. This one could go either way. If Tua's playing Dolphins, Tua's not playing Cards. Jets, Patriots.
On Halloween at MetLife.
I really hope the Patriots win. I'm enjoying watching the sad state of affairs on the Jets. It's a fun narrative for the season, is just what can the Jets do next to try and fix this shit? What's the excuse this week? Apparently they're listening to the media too much. Or Devontae Adams apparently gave a really good speech after the game trying to get the guys to keep their spirits up on the sidelines and really just have a better energy, which I think is a great idea. I think he's right on target. They do not seem like a team that's having any goddamn fun. So if the Jets can keep their energy up, maybe they'll pull it out. Or Drake May could have a great game. I believe in this kid. But yeah, it's probably going to be the Jets. I'm sad about it, but probably. Ravens, Browns. What are we doing here, folks? Ravens. Eagles, Bengals. Those are pretty decently matched teams. I'm going to say Bengals. I don't have a lot of faith in the Eagles these days. Not that I have a ton in the Bengals, but I think Joe Burrow is playing so strongly that they should be able to pull that one out. Colts, Texans. I'm going to just mix things up and say Colts. Why not? Just for funsies. Yeah, Colts. This will be the weird upset. Colts. Titans, Lions. Lions. Falcons, Bucks. Didn't we already have Falcons Bucks? I feel like I've already watched Falcons Bucks. Are we already on to second games of the season? Falcons. They won last time. I don't see anything changing. Falcons. Saints Chargers, don't care. I could not. It's hard to find a game on this list with two teams I care about less. Saints? Sure. Bears Commanders. This is a fun one. This is the top two quarterbacks from the draft going against each other. Caleb Williams has improved. Jaden Daniels came on strong from the very beginning. I'm torn. I'm very torn. I'm going to say Commanders. But I'm open to being wrong on this one. Panthers Broncos. I was wrong. There are two teams I care about less. Broncos, I guess, but ugh. Cowboys 49ers. The battle of two teams who should be better than they are. I don't know. I'm going to say Cowboys just because I'm really down on the Niners right now. I think Kyle Shanahan is getting outcoached at every turn. And I think maybe if Juwan Jennings comes back this week, but I don't know what his prognosis is, and I'm pretty sure Debo's not coming back. I think he's still down with pneumonia or whatever that is. And Ayuk might be out until midway through next season. Oof. But yeah, Cowboys. Let's throw Dak a bone. Skip Bayless has a good week this week. Doesn't have to burn a jersey. And Monday Night Football's Giants-Steelers. That's got to be Steelers, and that means Steelers are moving right along to a really good record. I don't see the Giants beating the Steelers, even though I don't think the Steelers are that great a team. What's going on with their schedule, man? Steelers are... So those are my predictions for week 8 and my take on week 7. Like I said, will be doing a public live stream of the Bills game this week. Next week, I'm going to be going to the Bills game, so I will have a video after the fact from the Bills-Dolphins game, which Tua should be playing in. I'm fairly certain of that. And until then, go Bills.
Love you.